Who remembers the BJ and Bill show all those years ago on WOLZ? Well, many have said they missed the show, and guess what? They're back. Welcome to the BJ and Bill podcast.
Welcome to BJ and Bill, the podcast, a part of the Podcast Playground Network. Please give us that 5-star review, subscribe on your preferred podcast platform, and follow us on Facebook, BJ and Bill, the podcast. You can also email us, BJ and Bill, the podcast at gmail.com, welcoming you to episode 136.
And you checked beforehand. You checked to make sure it was 36. Yes.
I'm checking. You know, it's getting so high. I don't know how much longer I'll be able to say the number.
You might. Well, we can have AI do it for us. We can program it into Chat GPT and it'll talk for us or something like that. Or
all right,
whatever.
We've got to start the program.
Yes.
With the most important news of all. How is Bill doing?
Thank you for asking. I've been better. I don't know if we talked about it on the last week. I don't even think it was a thing on last week's show. Literally in a week, the eyesight in my left eye went from fabulous to the dumpster in a week. And I just got back. I'm still, I know you can't see me on the podcast, but BJ can certainly see my eyes are still dilated like hell. But so yeah, had the eye exam this morning and they said, oh, you need to see a specialist. So going to see a specialist this afternoon and might have to have some kind of procedure on the retina in the left eye, which scares the shit out of you, but it's okay. It's like other people have done this and have had good results, so I'm not worried about it. So, well, okay, I am a little worried about it. I'm not going to freak out over it. I'm trying not to freak out over it. And you had said you had this done just before we started recording. You mentioned that, and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, I had this done myself a couple times, actually.
Wow.
First of all, they said it was just a tear.
Right.
And they said that they would be able to fix it with a laser treatment. And I would say that worked for quite a while. Then it started. Curtain came back and it did so then they had to do the reattachment.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, now I'm into NASCAR now, but this was when I was really into NASCAR.
Yes.
And my wife had a friend who was her daughter was one of the PR people for one of the drivers.
Oh, cool.
So we went to a few races and we were in the pits the whole time, setting up on the pit box, so we was right there when they came in to do their pit stop.
Right
in front of me. Of course, it was awesome.
Awesome.
So we had chances to go to Homestead.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, pit passes, going to be on the box. Oh,
nice.
And of course, that's when it went bad.
Oh, that's when the eye went bad.
So I went to the eye doctor, said we need to do emergency service, surgery. And you will have to look down for about 5 days.
Yes.
That's the part that sucks.
Yes.
And I go, well, I have tickets to Homestead this weekend. I really need to go. These are really good tickets. I gave them the whole shebang.
Yeah. Doctors don't care.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't care.
They go, no. I go, I'll just look down the whole time. I'll just be there.
No.
They go, your head could shake. The dust will get in your eyes from the cars. No. I was never so bummed in my life.
I hear you.
And so, you have to go a week where all you do is look down.
And I remember I was mentioning before we started recording that our old friend, Reverend Gregory Keene, our psychic friend, he had the same procedure. Wow, that had to be 15 years ago. I'm sure they've made good improvements since then. But yeah, I remember him spending the week, face down on the couch or in the lazy boy or what. It doesn't look like fun. I'll listen to a lot of podcasts. I will keep my earbuds charged or just listen on my phone. I will listen to a lot of podcasts. And if it comes down to it, I mean, I could put my iPad because I have YouTube TV and they have a great app on the iPad. I could watch TV. I mean, if one eye still works, I could watch TV on the iPad by just putting it on the floor, with my head down or
Yeah,
something.
that would work probably.
Yeah, that'll work. So like you said, we will see. I'm between appointments as we record this podcast on a Monday morning. I went first thing this morning. They set up the appointment. I literally just got off the phone with them before starting up the podcast here. So anyway, they say, "Oh, they're great. These are the specialists we deal with all the time. They're great. They're fabulous. You'll love them." I'm like, "Well, as long as you think they can do the job, that's all that matters to me." So, okay.
I think
So
you'll
we'll
do
see.
fine, Bill Stevens.
Say again.
I think you'll do fine.
I'm sure I will. Thank you very much.
If you have
And
to get it,
but
it'll be a pain in the ass, but
yes,
you'll do fine.
yes, I'm thinking it's a good opportunity to spend a few days, doing a little fasting and cleansing and just drink a lot of water and protein shakes through a straw, whatever, and listen to a lot of podcasts and take it easy. I'm all for that.
Mine was quite a few years ago too, because I'm trying to think how did I drink? Because I
Yeah,
guess you have
straw
to drink from a straw because yeah, you were.
face down.
And I'll tell you though, and don't listen to BJ because you don't want to do that. But you get about two. I think you have to do it for 5 days, maybe. I'm not for sure.
Right?
But after a couple days, you kind of like slowly look up and then
Look
look
up.
down again.
Of course, yeah. I mean, like I said, with my phone and my iPad and all that, I'll be, yeah, I'll be fine. Whatever, I'll be fine. So
And
we'll
it's
see.
just a look. Like I said, the surgery, especially if they do it laser,
Yeah,
that's not the bad part. The bad part is the 5 days of just
not looking
looking
up.
down.
Yeah, I mean, and my doctor, my doctor this morning, and I've seen him before, good guy, did explain that. He said if they do have to do the whole thing, then they like drain your eye out, fill it with a gas to push against the retina in the back so it re-glues the wallpaper to the back of your eyeball,
And
and
that's
you
why you got to
spend
look down.
the week looking down. And I'm like, yum, that sounds delicious.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a laser and then I had the whole shebang.
Yeah, so me and DoorDash will probably get to be good buddies, and yeah,
I know for a while before, well, I think before it went out or it wasn't, I don't know when it was. Maybe I'm not going to say because I don't know. And it might have been for something totally different. So I'm just going to shut up.
okay. But I mean, but you did the process, you did the procedure, and it worked fine, and you're good.
I'm, I still see out of the eye, they didn't do a whole lot better. And
Okay.
I've been to the eye doctor and I said, I have problems with this. It's still a little fuzzy. I get some floaters and they go, well, it's probably not going to change because,
Yeah.
I see out of the eye fine, but it's
Right.
not as good as the other eye.
Okay. Well, we'll
So you
see.
just kind of have to get used to that.
Yeah, I
But
don't like that idea.
my
But we'll
my
see.
other eye though, worked fine for probably
Right.
4 or 5 years.
Right. And I thought originally, because I had the laser cataract surgery where they replaced the lenses, it really seemed like, gee, can you knock a lens out of orbit? And because that's what it seemed like. And he said, yeah, no, you can't really do that. And he said, besides, they took a good look and they used their little super, super bright flashlight in your eyes. And he's like, this is going to be real bright. I'm like, make it as bright as you want, doctor. I can't see a thing out of this eye. You could use a spotlight if you wanted to. It wouldn't matter. So, yeah, he said no. The lens, the lens is fine. It's perfect. You can't. I mean, there's nothing there to break or anything. I thought whatever, unless you took like a pickleball to the eye, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm definitely not. So, okay.
Yeah, you won't be playing pickleball for 5 days.
I will not be playing pickleball. Yeah, I need to. We have a text thread for all of our peeps in the pickleball group. So I will be definitely putting out the message tonight that, yeah, you probably won't be seeing Bill for a week. I mean, if I have that procedure anytime soon, and I probably will. I mean, if it's a thing.
Well, as soon as you started saying you have like this little, in
Yeah,
one of your
shade,
eyes, you had
window
like a little
shade.
shade coming down.
Yeah,
Because that's the first thing they tell me, like, like when they're checking in with me, when I go to the eye doctor,
yeah.
if you see that shade, you call us immediately.
Yes, that's what. And my doctor said the same thing. He said, if that happens again, you break down our door and you get here ASAP. And I'm like, well, thanks, but getting an appointment takes a couple of days with you. And he said, no, we'll make that happen immediately. So cool.
Oh,
Which, I
cool.
mean, that's the specialist I'm going to see this afternoon. I mean, I appreciate that. It's like, no, we think you need to go, and we'll have them call you right away, and they did. So yeah,
Well, that's like even with me, the curtain was not all the way down. It was like halfway down.
right.
And so I said, well, let me go to the race. I'll come in, first thing Monday, we'll do it first. And they go, nope,
Nope, nope,
nope.
nope.
I tried everything. I tried everything. I cried. I stomped my feet,
Yeah, no,
like a little baby having a
little baby.
tantrum
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there in the office.
not helpful.
Yeah.
No.
Got me nowhere, nowhere at all. I put on the BJ charm and the BJ charm fell flat on its butt.
Wait, what? BJ Charm? Wait, what? All right, enough of Bill's eye. We'll talk Masters golf in a moment when we come right back. So yes, we are back, and I thank you for all the good thoughts about the eyeball. I'll let you know how it goes, and of course we'll check in. I don't know if I do a show with my head down if I have to. Yeah, I could do a show with my head down next
You have
week
to
if we
look
had
down.
to. We'll find out how that works. But
Yeah, put your microphone down and
put the
just
microphone
look
down and below the, yeah, it'll work. It's all good. No worries. So did you watch any of the Masters? I already know your answer. You did not?
Let me ask you a question and we'll go on. Did you watch any of the NASCAR race on Sunday?
Of course not.
Okay, so now we know where we stand.
So now I have my answer with the Masters. It was an exciting finish. I don't know. I'm not talking about the NASCAR race. I'm talking about the Masters. It ended up with a one-hole playoff. Rory McIlroy won it, and it was a scene for. And I mean, it's cliche, and they use it all the time with the Masters. One for the ages. It was yesterday. It was young Irish golfer, nice kid. Well, he's not a kid. I mean, he's been around. Completed the Grand Slam. So he's now won the Masters, the U.S. Open, the British Open, and the Players. So completed his, what they call a Grand Slam, lifetime Grand Slam. And when he made the final putt to win it, he fell to his knees and he cried like a baby. And to the credit of Jim Nantz, CBS announcers and crew, they said nothing for 5 minutes. I mean, it had to be. I didn't time it or anything. 5-6 minutes, they said nothing. And they just let it happen on live TV. And I'm like, that's good. That takes that's a good broadcaster to recognize when the moment is so big, it doesn't need you to add anything to it. In the immortal words of Bruce Springsteen, the poets downhill wrote nothing at all. They just stood back and let it be. That's Springsteen. And that's what happened. And the crowd going wild and him bouncing around and hugging his caddy and his wife and his daughter and the friends and everything, and just the tears coming down his face. It was awesome. It really was awesome. So anyway, that's my story of the Masters yesterday.
Okay, my story of the Masters now. So my daughter's dog loves watching TV. But it has to be like a certain show.
Really?
Like she will actually watch a NASCAR race. And every once in a while they'll take a picture of the dog watching the NASCAR race, and they'll like pan over, they go,
Sure.
Belle's watching NASCAR, are you? And I go, you better believe it. Well,
It's a
yesterday,
dog. They love chasing cars.
Well, I never thought of that. Well, yesterday, there's Belle.
Yes.
Not watching TV.
Oh, dear.
The race is going on. The camera slowly goes to the television. It's the Masters.
Oh.
They go, Belle's not interested in the Masters. And I type back, hell no, the NASCAR race is on. Why do you think she'd be excited about A golf game.
Unless they spot some squirrel dashing across the fairway. That's hilarious that the dog watches NASCAR. And I'm sure, like I said, dogs just chase cars. That's what they do. It's like programmed into them somehow. So
I don't know if it's the engine
the
that they
noise.
hear or what it is, but yeah, and that dog will sit there with me. Like if we are watching their dog, like they're doing something for the weekend,
Right?
and there that dog is right on the couch with me. I'm watching NASCAR. You can look over the dog, and it's just
Fascinated, huh?
It's,
Wow,
yeah,
look
just-
at that.
that's
That's
it's.
interesting.
I'll say it out loud. It's weird.
It's weird. And because dogs don't generally like loud noises. They always talk about, with thunder and lightning, that freaks them out because of the loud,
Well,
crack.
The television you're playing at the volume you
Yeah.
play a television at.
And
It's not
it's
like
not-
they're
I
at the
mean-
track.
Right. And the dogs are colorblind, so they can't see the different colors of the cars. So that they just must love the movement and the sound, I guess. I don't know. It's weird, but funny. Good for.
And also, if you were now, our dog just could care less about television.
Mm,
But like like a Purina dog chow commercial or any commercial comes on
Right.
where the person has a dog,
right.
right to the screen, man, watches the whole thing. Probably going, ooh la la. Oh well, I'm sorry, it's a she. Probably
It's a
going,
she.
oh, look at the abs on that one. Oh, baby.
Or they're thinking that buy more food, buy more dog chow. Yeah, that's good. So
That looks
awesome.
good. That looks good. It's time for a Scooby snack.
That's awesome. So your dog doesn't like NASCAR, but your dog. That's weird, but interesting and
But
cool.
my dog doesn't like really
Yeah.
television.
Doesn't
Every
like
once
TV.
in a while, you can look at my dog and look up there, and it's looking at the TV. But
Yeah,
it'll only look at the TV for a couple seconds, and then
Yeah.
I'm on my way.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
our dog.
I mean,
has
that makes more
ADD.
sense. It really does. I can't imagine why a dog would want even. Well, whatever. Chasing cars. Who knew? Who knew? That's awesome. So anyway, you watched your NASCAR. I watched my Masters, and then you were texting me in the middle of all of everything yesterday about how your season was over, but your Warriors are in the playoffs. I mean, NBA championships get started this week.
And you know what? I kind of looked at the schedule,
Okay.
and I think they may have done the right thing.
What do you mean?
I mean, you never want to go into the playoff tournament. But I think they may have done the right thing. If they can beat, I think they're playing the Wolves.
Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah.
So and they're in the play-in tournament, right? Because you said they
This is
finished
the play where
seventh.
it's not like the best of seven or nothing. You win, you're in.
One game. Yeah.
One game and one game only.
Yes.
And I looked, well, I don't have it up on my phone now, but I looked earlier today how the whole thing
Right.
lays out.
Right. Let's see if I can bring it up while we're
I
chatting.
think the two teams that if I was the Warriors, I wouldn't want to play right away is
Right.
OKC. And if you watch the end of the season, the number 2 team, what is that? Not the Spurs, but some Texas team, I think,
Right.
is in second place.
Right. Mavericks. Dallas.
They not Dallas. No, not Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas was in second.
No. I mean, are you talking about right now? Right now in the
Who's
West.
in second place right now?
Right now in the West, your play-in tournament is the Warriors and the Grizzlies, Memphis,
Yes.
and they will play, and then Sacramento Kings plays Dallas is the other play-in.
Yes, but then who's
Right.
second in the division right now?
Oh, in the division. Are you talking out west?
Yeah.
La la la.
And Bill
Houston.
can hardly see.
Houston. Yeah, I can
I
barely
shouldn't be
read
doing
it,
this
but
to
it's
you,
Houston.
Bill.
Huh?
Yeah, Houston, the Houston Rockets.
Houston Rockets.
That's who they'll play if they beat the because they'll go in
If they beat the Grizzlies.
because they'll
and-
go in at the 7th seed. And I think if you've got to play a higher seed,
Right.
I think that's the team you want to play right now because at the end of the season, they were not winning games.
Right. Yes, you have that right. You have that bracket right. Meanwhile, over in the East, my Cleveland Cavaliers, number one in the East, are awaiting the winner. Let's see. So the play-in the East, Chicago and Miami, interesting. And then the other one is Orlando and Atlanta. Wow, super interesting. So
You
then
know,
we've got so then whoever wins in that little tournament there, those four teams gets Cleveland in the first round.
and I will say, of course, I don't know about Cleveland, but I think they beat, I don't know. Maybe these top tier teams kind of take it easy because I think they beat Cleveland like the last week of the
Oh, Cleveland was I'm not sure they were guaranteed the number one spot, but Cleveland was in the playoffs a month ago.
yeah. So I
So,
think
and I know for a fact because I watched one of the last Cleveland. It wasn't the last, but I watched one of the last Cleveland games, and they got beat by Indianapolis by the Pacers, and they were. I'm like, who is playing for Cleveland? I mean, it looks like the girl that delivers the beers to the stand. It's like nobody. I mean, so anyway, they didn't play their starters.
probably
They didn't play.
yeah, Houston was doing probably the same thing.
Yeah. So anyway, Cleveland probably could have finished with a better record, but give the starters some good rest. See who comes out of this play-in tournament. We're good to go. I'm liking my chances. I mean, there's always Boston. There's always the Celtics.
I told you.
I hate that thought, but yeah.
Well, I'll help you out
Mm,
because everyone, if you follow this podcast, you know my track record. If I'm rooting for a team,
yeah.
they're toast.
Put a fork in them,
I don't know how the Gators pulled it off. I don't know.
right? Well, they almost didn't. So yeah, I hear you.
They almost didn't because of me.
Right?
So I'm going to help you out, Bill.
I'm listening.
I'm going to root for the Celtics.
There you go. Thank you. I love that.
I'll be going, go Celtics.
Yeah.
Who are these guys?
I don't know. This is like if you're into finance and investing at all and you watch CNBC, the financial channel, if you watch Jim Cramer at all, Jim Cramer is well known to be the kiss of death. The kiss of death. He will say, "Oh, I really love XYZ stock," and tomorrow they file for bankruptcy. I mean, literally, that's how good he is. There's even on Twitter, on X, there's even an account called the Reverse Cramer Indicator, which means if Jim Cramer loves this, sell it. Sell the hell out of it.
Well, that's
So BJ is the reverse. So BJ is the Jim Cramer of football sports. Of all sports, of sports betting. Right.
Yes.
BJ Odom is the Jim Cramer of sports betting. If BJ loves the Boston Celtics, done. Toast. Over. I love that. I do. Yeah.
I mean, I'll follow this. I'll follow my Warriors, but I think probably when it comes to the West,
Right.
I'll go with LeBron and the Lakers.
Yeah. I mean, what a great story. What a great story.
Because they've got some pieces.
But hello.
They're putting it together now.
Luka Doncic, yeah.
I'd say they got a chance.
Yeah. I was watching the Lakers last game. I think it was their last game, not last. It might have been last night, might have been the night before as we record this. But they were like, the Lakers were up by 10 points with like 2 minutes left to go. And the crowd starts cheering, Bronny. And they put Bronny James in and he made a three and the crowd the place went nuts. So yeah, it was a good moment. So there you go. Sports it's been a good weekend for sports. Look at that.
Yep. Let me see. And Kyle Busch. No, not Kyle Busch. I wish it was Kyle Busch. Kyle Larson won at Bristol. My track of tracks that I want to go. I want to see a fall. That's on my bucket list to see a fall race
at Bristol.
It's the night race.
Bristol, Connecticut.
No.
See,
Tennessee. Tennessee.
That shows what I know. Bristol, Tennessee.
Like a little bit northeast of Knoxville.
Okay. Wow.
Right there, right at the cusp of the mountain.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe this fall I'll actually do it. Because, I'm not getting any younger, Bill.
No, unfortunately, none of us are, but that's become blatantly obvious to me in the past 24 hours. Yes. Yeah. It's crazy. It's not
I will
fun.
tell you though, I'm glad you know what? Writing this book is doing good things and bad things to me.
Tell me more.
Because I'm trying to, we're trying to write the book and we're trying to put it order, like as a
Right.
kid, as an adult, and things like that. And I told, even if you were listening to our last podcast, I said, my goal when I was younger was to live the ripe old age of 69, like my mother.
Right.
I just learned the other day, and I have been wrong all my life. My mother died like 2 months before her 69th birthday.
Wow.
She only lived to 68.
Well, you're
So
older
that
than that.
means, huh?
You're older than that.
Yeah, I'm 69 now.
That's what I'm saying. You made it.
And I said, oh, my, because I was getting worried because I said I always wanted to make it to 69. And we are just weeks away, almost a month, really. I'm about a month away from my 70th birthday. I am such an old fart. I almost said the other F word. I wanted to so bad. I am so freaking old.
Freaking old. I hear you. I hear you.
I always thought I would only live to be a young man, and now I'm old, and I'm going, look at me, I'm old. I look disgusting, and I'm wrinkled, and oh my God, I love this, but I hate it all at the same time.
And here in a college town where it's young people everywhere all the time, I do sometimes enjoy saying that when you get around to comparing, and it doesn't come up naturally in conversation, but if I'm playing pickleball with young people and they're like, hey, good game, and I'm like, yeah, not bad for an old guy, and they're like, oh, you're not old, and I'm like, I do that. I'll ask them, how old are you? Oh, I'm 32. Good. Call me when you double it. What? I'm like, yeah, I'm 68. Oh my God. And then that takes them back. It's like, yeah, that's
Now, see, I was like, my comedy career was really booming just before COVID.
right.
And just before COVID, I was around 60, 65. I think I was 66, 65, 64.
Right.
Right in that little area of my life. My comedy career was rocking. And these young comics are going, oh my God, you're just so strong. You're so good. I just love watching you work.
Right.
And I'm going, what? I don't know what. One guy said, man, you still got so much, I don't know what he said, but I go, you know how old I am?
Right.
And I told him, and his mouth dropped down to the floor. And he said, really?
Really?
He goes, I thought you were like 40 something. He was a dude, and I don't kiss dudes, but
You would have kissed him.
I came very close to kissing the poor guy. He said, what are you doing? Get away.
Right. I hear you. No, I get it. I do because I do the same thing with the young kids when we play pickleball. It's like, then they kind of look at you a little different. Like, not bad, Grandpa, not bad.
Well, we're going to take our break.
Yes, we are.
And we're going to come right back with, hey, I got some other things to talk about. And maybe you've got some other things to talk about.
All
so
good.
We'll do those next.
All right. Stand by. We will be right back. In finding out more and want to look us up on Facebook, do a quick search for BJ and Bill, the podcast. And if you want to email us, the address is the same, bjandbillthepodcast@gmail.com. So yeah, there's a the in there and you got to spell out the and. I know it's complicated, but you'll figure it out. It's okay. So wherever you are listening, we appreciate you, and feel free to drop that 5-star review on whatever podcast outlet you get your pods from. Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, not iTunes. What was I going to say? Oh, YouTube Music. We're on YouTube Music too. Who knew? So there you go.
And every once in a while, I will find us, and I don't know how it gets there because I don't do it.
Yep.
But it'll be like our logo.
Yep.
And you can listen to our podcast on not Google, but the video thing, the video
on YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
The whole podcast?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, our boy Jay must be posting them on YouTube or something like that. So cool. Very cool. All helps. It all helps.
Who's somebody we haven't talked about in quite a while?
And that would be
Buc-ee's.
We haven't talked about Buc-ee's in a while. You're right. I drove south on I-75 over the weekend down to St. Pete and back, and I did not spot where the new Buc-ee's is coming near Ocala.
It'll be there soon.
I know.
They've got another one going over by Jupiter or something.
Along
They're popping.
I-95. Really, they've got they already have two of them along I-95. Why not put in a few more? What the heck?
We need one on 4, people.
Yeah, because I-4 just isn't crowded enough yet. So let's put a Buc-ee's somewhere busy. You
But it'll
know,
get some people off the damn road.
yeah, but they're gonna have to come back on the road eventually. But yeah, go for it. What the hell? Put it right around between Lakeland and Celebration there, right where it's like wall to wall 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they built one down off of I-20 right next to, Pigeon Forge.
Oh, yes. Tennessee, yeah.
Where you get off there. I think it's 20 or 40 or whatever that highway
I've
is.
never been there.
By Kodak. They got a new one in Kodak that's been there for about a year now.
Cool.
It's always packed.
Packed.
In fact, the people I know that live there, oh my God, we hate that Buc-ee's. That place is just a zoo.
Right? I hear you. So anyway, Buc-ee's, you were about to bring us some news here. What's up?
The new lawsuit going on.
Oh dear.
There's a Missouri company.
Yes.
That grooms dogs.
Grooms dogs.
And they use the name Barkies.
Barkies.
BARC-EES.
Oh, you can't do that.
Barkies.
You could have done BARKY''S. You could have done Barkies. I get it. But if you're going to do the -EE thing, they're coming for you. They're coming. I get it. They're coming for you.
Oh, they have merchandise and everything. And no.
So is their logo like a little dog with big teeth on the?
I'm not seeing the logo, unfortunately for them. I'm just reading the news article and it doesn't show the logo.
That's hilarious.
Probably a dog though.
I'm sure
a dog wearing a little red hat. I don't know.
If you're gonna go full out stealing the stuff, you could do this. It wouldn't be hard. You could plug the Buc-ee's logo into an AI and say, just turn this into a dog, and it would be perfect. And it would, yeah, but you're looking for trouble there. You're looking for trouble.
I would say maybe we should, because we always talk about the is important when you say BJ and Bill, the podcast.
Yeah.
When you're out looking for us.
Yes.
Maybe we should just change the name. BJ and Billy's. Bill -EES.
EES.
BJ and Billy's.
Yeah, that'd raise some eyebrows somewhere. No, you can't. You just can't do it. You can't. Don't kick the bear. Don't poke the bear.
No, don't kick the beaver.
Don't kick the beaver. Because the beaver will use those teeth on you. He will. So yeah, I hear you. That's crazy. That's I wouldn't do that. I remember years and years and years ago that there was actually, and I don't know where it was, probably New York or Boston or something, a flower shop, a florist that actually used the line, "This bud's for you." And it was allegedly before Budweiser came up with using it. But of course, Budweiser is a, multi-billion-dollar company and basically sued them and said, no, it's ours. And what are you going to do? They're like, David versus Goliath stuff. So anyway, I get it. It's legal stuff and blah, but it's funny. That's funny.
I know it is, but yeah, it's in Missouri, I guess. And
I love it. Barkies.
They're being sued. Barkies is maybe going to have to just change its name to Bark This.
Yeah, I would try and find a way to get back at them, like not Barkies or something like that. But that'd be good. That's good. I love it. So good luck. Good luck, Barkies.
Yeah, and they're probably just a small little mom and pop company too. So they really have no leverage. They probably got their cease and desist, and now it's probably called.
That's it. That's what you're going to have to do. Yeah. But I mean, that's kind of close. I'd be curious if to hear their story. That's like, oh, we've been using this name for 25 years.
Well,
Really?
let me see here because on
All
my
right.
iPhone you
All
can put
right.
images.
He's going to
Oh
look it
wait,
up. He's
wait,
going
wait,
to look it
no,
up now.
no. Oh, there's. Oh man,
Oh,
I don't
yeah?
know what that is, but there's a Duckies, but they don't have the hyphen.
Duckies. Well,
I
there's
don't.
a lot. I mean, yeah, the apostrophe Y thing, that's easy. Billies,
Oh,
Barkies,
here.
Duckies.
Oh wow, Barkies. Believe it or not, it's a little dog, and it is inside a because well that car's red though.
Uh-huh.
It's like in an old uh, pink car
Okay.
called Barkies.
Okay.
But yeah, it's the logo's. Yeah, it's the dog and the car. It's not just the dog. It's wearing a little blue cap.
Okay. So
So it's
it's not,
wearing a cap too.
yeah, but different color and all that. I get it. So
Yeah. So
it's the
yeah.
it's the dash EE thing that really probably got somebody's attention, got some lawyer's attention somewhere. So yeah, that's the hard part. Not hard part. That's the thing that stuck out at them, I'm sure.
Yeah. So yeah, you can Google that and you will see it. It was a cute little logo while it
Okay.
lasted.
And where are they? Does it say where they're located?
Missouri somewhere.
Missouri. Great.
Yeah, I already like put my finger and scrolled up and got rid of it. But yeah, it
No
was somewhere
worries.
in
No
Missouri.
worries. So anyway, be careful with your business names out there. I hear you. It's awesome. That's it's interesting because we got what's this one? I got Yanny's pets. When I moved into my new apartment, I got a little envelope package full of
Oh,
coupons and stuff.
those are cool. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I got one for a pet service thing called Yanny's. Yanys. It's not dash EES. But Yanny's Pet Services. And it's like, well, thanks, but I don't need any pet walking or pet sitting, but I got the card. So there you go. So that's that.
That's that.
It took them, I, and again, I love my new apartment. They're great people and they're wonderful people, but it literally took them 9 days, almost 10 days to get me a mailbox key. A key to my very own mailbox. It's like they didn't have it ready when I was moving in. They gave me the keys and the key fobs, for the electronic doors and all that stuff. And it's like, oh, we'll get you a mailbox key. And I had to literally remind them for like day after day after day after day. And I finally walked into the office and said, I'll wait, because it's like getting to the point. And they just gave me one and they said, this is the original. It's all we have. If you can make a couple more for yourself, that'd be great. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll work on that. And of course, I went to my mailbox and it was stuffed with all those move-in offers. Hey, new neighbor. Yeah, no, I don't need internet. I don't need cable TV. I don't need a new phone. I don't need none of that. So 99.9% of it got thrown away. But anyway, at least I got my mail. So,
And what's cool about that though, some of them are like, hey, we want to welcome you to the neighborhood. Come in and get a free pizza. I've had, I remember when we moved in here, we got a few, little,
free pizza.
they're,
You'd get my attention with a free pizza. That's
yeah,
for sure.
see,
I'll keep
I
my
think
eyes
we
open.
did.
I'll keep my one good eye open for that. See how it goes. Yeah.
And what do you do? Go, arr.
Yeah, really. I should wear a patch. Arr.
I
Doing my
think,
best.
I can't
Arr.
remember if you have to wear a pat. I think you do for a few days after that.
Probably. You probably
Yeah.
do just to make sure you don't, yeah, screw it up.
Well, you'll
Don't
do,
they attach like a lead weight to your forehead too, so it keeps
they
your forehead
should, yeah.
down?
Or a suction cup, you can suction it to the floor.
That's
Yeah,
a great idea.
put a plunger right there on your forehead.
Right on your forehead. Yeah. Keep it stuck to the floor or to the desk in front of me here or whatever. Yeah. Boy, how am I gonna I'm not. Maybe I should start stockpiling like Shaq blog posts and stuff right now, because I'm gonna be out of circulation for a couple of days at least there. So
Well, you
yeah.
do have the one good eye though, even if you
Yes, I do.
wear a patch.
Yes.
You
So
just have to,
but
like I said, just look down. It might
I'll
be
have
better.
to, yeah, I'll have to.
It might be better to put a patch on and just like stay on your phone or iPad all day long.
I will. Yeah, if that, well, it's sounding like that procedure is going to happen. So yeah, I will absolutely positively be face down for a while. Well, I don't know that, but you'll find out when I do, as they say. So
Well, I have a doc. Well, I have my sleep doctor appointment.
Nice.
I've been on my CPAP machine now for 2 years, almost two
Just
and a half.
two? Call me
And,
when it
well,
gets to 20.
I was on one, then I finally said, I can't take this no
Oh,
more.
oh, oh.
I
I love
sleep
mine.
better with it out.
I
And
love mine.
then my heart doctor like read me the riot act, how important, and they sent me to one there in Tampa, a sleep doctor, and that sleep doctor told me, read me the riot act and said, your doctor is not happy and you need to use this and need to get it. Now I'm going to a different sleep doctor here in the area, so I'm going to go all the way to Tampa though, at least for that.
Right.
And I'm going to ask them, can you suggest another mask?
Right. Do you on your boy, this is the epitome of two old guys talking, discussing what kind of CPAP machine they're using. This is as old as it gets, kids. But do you have one that's like a gas mask, like the full face that covered your nose or whatever?
Well, and I get the one that does the full mask.
Right.
The bridge of I don't know, I got a weird nose or something, but the bridge just gets so sore. And so I have a mask now that covers my whole mouth. And see that down there?
Yeah.
That's from the CMAS.
Really?
Because it just goes down right below my mouth.
Right.
And then it's got cushions for the nose, though.
Little pillows. Yeah, they call them
So
pillows.
you set it on the pillow.
Yeah.
And then it covers the whole mouth.
Oh.
But I don't know. I've seen these ones that kind of go over your head and the hose goes up on top
Yeah.
of the head.
Well,
That
I tried one of those. I didn't like it, but I've used the same mask for years and years. And all it literally is it literally just comes down under your nose. It has the two little pillows that stick up in there and it comes across and then it comes across the top and it's got an elastic strap on the back. Now, I do find in the middle of the night, very often I'm pulling it back down, the strap back down in the back because it starts to work its way up. God, this is the epitome of two old geezers talking. I'm so sorry, folks.
What kind of cane are you using?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, well, the one that
Thankfully
came
not.
with the little suction cups on it, or is it just like a regular tip on the
Yeah, no. Thankfully, no cane yet. Thankfully. Thank you. Thank you, God. No cane yet. I'm still playing my pickleball 2-3 times a week, so I'm good with that. But
Well, I'm just going to ask today. I was like, is there a more comfortable mask?
yes.
Thing is driving me up. And I'm a side sleeper, which doesn't help.
Oh, yeah. No, it doesn't help. That doesn't help. Really, you're a side sleeper? Because I sleep on my back mostly because I have one of those adjustable beds and I crank it up and it kind of holds me up, which is super comfy. And then usually halfway through the night, I'll let it go back down and then I'll sleep on my side for a little while. And boy, two old guys talking about sleep and CPAP machines and canes. How exciting is this?
We should have spent a few extra dollars. We got one of those beds,
Yep.
but the wife and I, we have to be at the same level. And I think it would be much better
yeah.
if we both could, manage our own level.
Yes, they do. Yes, I've seen those. I thankfully don't. If I were sleeping with somebody, that might be important, but it's not. So
Of course.
that speaks for itself.
We've been married so long now, we should just have bunk beds.
There's that. Yes.
Hey, Ethel, let's make it exciting tonight. You sleep on top.
Yeah. And we don't mean, well, never mind.
Bunk. Yes, that's what we meant.
Bunk beds. Yeah, but then one of you's got to climb that ladder, and I don't want to.
I'd be the one to break my neck.
Yeah, you'd break something for sure. All right, so there got to be something more fun to talk about than health problems and all that. Come on.
That's
what
true,
else?
too.
What else you got?
But I knew you would enjoy the Bucky's thing.
Yes, I did enjoy the Bucky's thing. Thank you.
But let me see. I had a couple of things that we could talk about. Now I got to open up my thing again. Then I got to put the number
got
on
distracted.
there. And I got distracted. Oh, because you have not moved. You've only been in your new place. How long now?
Couple of weeks.
So you just moved.
Yes, I did.
Did you clean your couch? Because listen, Bill Stevens, the average sofa will have 6,960 food and drink spills on it.
That's hilarious. And no, I did not clean my couch. Now, my couch is only, well, I got it when I moved into the old apartment. So the couch is only 3 years old. Is that much? I don't know.
You should at least have 10, 15 bucks in there with change and stuff.
probably fish around in the couch cushions and find some money. Yeah, I probably should. So, yeah, I mean, my couch is, knock on wood, it's okay. It's not in bad shape. And I do see I did when I bought it, it's like, okay, I just need something cheap and easy because it's just me and all that. And I come to, it's like you get what you pay for, you always do. And it's like, all right, next time I'm going to spend some real money on a real couch and, something more comfy, more useful, more what, yeah, I get it. It's like, but I'm cheap. I'm cheap. What can I say?
Now, being a bachelor,
Yes.
do you eat a lot on your couch? Because
Yes.
I know when, I lived in Arcadia. Well, when I lived in Arcadia, I was living in a camper trailer and
Yeah.
it had the little, like booth or whatever. And
Yeah.
it was so small. Yeah, I could eat and I was really eating on the couch, but it had the table in front of it.
So to answer your question, yes, I don't have a dining room. This apartment does not have a dining room, but it has a big center island in the kitchen, and the two tall chairs that I have that went with that dining room table. I'm pointing over my shoulder because I have my old dining room. It's just a pub table. It's like a circular, about 4 foot across, tall. It uses like almost like bar stools. So those two bar stools sit out at the counter in the kitchen, and I have eaten there. But to answer your question, yeah, most of the time it's TV tray at the couch in front of the TV. You bet.
Yeah, I know when, there was a couple times, well, before the BJ and Bill show, I
Right.
was, the wife, as I told you, you go first. And then if you, like it there and you stay there, then we'll think about moving.
Right.
Because, radio was so like that.
Right.
You go somewhere for 6 months sometimes and, you'd get blown out or it didn't
Yeah.
work out. You didn't want to be there after, 6 months.
Yeah.
So she was one of those firm believers that we're not selling the house until you know for sure. And so, yeah, I was always that. I was the guy that hated a TV tray when I was, when I was alone.
Yes.
Did that.
Alone. Alone. Home alone. That's me. I'm home alone.
Now,
But
does it bother you? Because it didn't bother me, and it's still. Well, I mean, there's times even being married and the wife's gone or something. Do you mind eating? Like, let's say you go to a restaurant.
right.
You're going. What's your favorite restaurant?
I do love my whatchamacallit, Texas Roadhouse right up the way.
So you go to Texas Roadhouse. Does it bother you to eat alone in a restaurant?
Alone. I'll be honest with you, I do it very, very, very rarely. I mean, I don't eat out much, period. And if I do, it's usually either Chinese takeout or pizza takeout. And it comes home and then I sit in front of sit at the couch in front of the TV anyway. Now, does it bother me to eat? It wouldn't. I don't think. Ask me again sometime because I haven't done it in so long. I can't even tell you if it would bother me to eat I don't think it would. I don't. Whatever. It's nice to have somebody there to chat with and socialize and all of that, but it's not gonna prevent me from eating out. Again, though, I don't eat out all that much.
I will tell you this though, but it wasn't healthy stuff.
Right.
But the times I did live by myself.
Oh, you're talking about like what? Fast food or something?
Oh no, but I mean, I ate out very seldom
Right.
when I was alone.
Right.
But it was like, TV dinners and
Right.
mac and cheese and
Exactly. Come
you
on.
know,
Now, you guys, do you still, come on, BJ. I know you. I know you and your wife. You eat out more than anybody I know.
true.
And is it still like that?
You know what's really funny as I have
Go
gotten
ahead.
older?
Dodge the question.
No. I'm going to answer and I'm going to answer it correctly.
Okay.
I am like almost like feeling sometimes like The Bachelor, like, dear, let's just throw something in the microwave or,
Right.
let's just do something quick and easy. Doesn't have to be complicated.
Right.
I'm good because I'm, I'm still eating meat, but less than I used to.
Okay.
I'm good with taking like a bag of veggies, frozen bag of veggies, steam bagger,
Right.
and throwing it in there and then, eating a whole bag of veggies. Like, carrots or
Boy.
green beans or
I
peas.
I hear you. I've never considered that a meal before, but okay, I hear you.
I'm happy with that. And I'm not saying anything against the wife because if we do have something fancy, 90%, 95%, 98%, she will cook it.
Okay.
But I would prefer to eat at home now that I am old. Now, when I was younger,
Right.
I was like, worked all day. Let's go out. Let's go out.
Right.
Now I'm just as happy to take my bag of veggies, put it in the microwave, heat it up for 2.5, 3 minutes, sit down and
Eat
munch
that.
down and a bottle of water. I'm happy.
Wow. You are low main in that regard. You are low maintenance. You're high maintenance in a lot of other things, but
Oh, yeah.
that's good. That's good. So cool. Now,
But I never was though. I mean, this is something
okay.
I am more because I was the guy that wanted to always go out.
Yes.
My wife, she would be just as happy. Of course, she didn't want to cook either because she'd been working all day. But I'll tell you what, now she's the one that always wants to be on the move and go somewhere and do something.
Right.
And and we even had a little argument over that over the weekend.
Oh,
I'm more of I just soon sit at home and be
do
by
nothing.
myself. And
So you should be cooking.
no, I didn't say that. I said
I did.
I said I prefer to be home by
I know.
myself. Not
Doing nothing.
yeah.
I hear you. So, BJ Odom, answer the question. 7 nights a week, 7 dinners in a week. How many of them do you eat out?
Now I'm going to have to change a little bit again.
Oh my God, he's going to never
I'm not.
answer this
I'm
question.
not avoiding the question.
Apparently not.
I'm going to answer the question, but you say how many times do you go out to dinner?
Well, all right. Maybe that was. See, did you have a career in politics at some point? Because you are fabulous at avoiding the question.
No, I'm going to answer the question.
Rephrasing the question.
Oh, I'm going to answer the question then. I'm going to
Okay.
answer it the way I'm going to answer it, and then you will understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay, we may go out at 2:00 in the afternoon or 3.
Okay.
We go out probably 5 times a week. But each time that is our big meal of the day.
Okay.
It's the like
Sure.
the big deal of the day if you're watching, TV.
I understand.
It's our big meal of the day.
And that's fine. I get it. That's
And
fine.
it might be at noon, 1:00.
Right.
It might be at 4. It might be at 3. It might be at 5.
King of the early birds there.
Oh yeah, well, they're old. We were just talking about all
I
that.
I know.
But yeah, we never eat past 6. Never.
That's good. That's actually good. That's health
Now
wise.
my
That's a good thing.
daughter and my wife and I both say that's not good. Of course, they both work.
Yeah.
But there are many times that they won't eat, and so I'm talking to my kid 7:30, 8:00 at night. Oh, we just ordered something from Door. Now he's a Door Dasher. He like, boy, if you lived in Fort Myers and you live close to his house, you could just live off him.
Oh, your son. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we've said that before. But so my question to you is if whatever your big meal of the day is, whenever it is,
I'd
what
say
are
5.
yeah. What are you still eating at night? Do you still you have your bag of pretzels or whatever there at night or no?
Yeah, it might be toast.
Toast?
Yeah. It might be like, cinnamon toast.
Okay.
Just like a piece of cinnamon toast. Or it might be fruit.
Okay. Fruit's good.
Or it might be a banana.
Okay. Banana is a fruit. But okay.
But it might be a bag of vegetables for me. The wife will get up and say, I'm going to make a sandwich. I go, I think I'm just going to have some vegetables. Wow.
Okay. Good. I don't know if that's good or not. I'm going to reserve judgment on that, but it's interesting.
Well, I will tell you this, and now this is my heaviest. You remember when I was working in Arcadia and I lived in the little camper trailer?
Yes.
So I ate out a lot.
Yes.
I was probably at my heaviest. I was probably a little over 190.
Yes.
I got on the scales the other day.
Yes.
155.
No kidding.
Now that's butt naked.
I would, well, of course. I wish I weighed 190. Good God.
But that's I think 195 is the most I have ever weighed in my life.
Good for you. That's
maybe I just don't carry it well because sometimes, I used to look I'm looking at pictures now of me even 4 or 5 years ago and go, damn, look at that round face. Now look at it. All wrinkled, it's skinny. It's, oh, God, I can't. Don't. Can I turn the camera off now? You're making
Right,
me,
right,
I
right.
might
I hear
throw
you.
up.
I hear you. See, that's what I'm thinking. To go back to do a callback to Bill's, eye thing. If I have to spend the week on my face, lying in bed or lying on the couch face down, I just might, protein shake for a week, and see if I can lose a few pounds and take it easy. And because I'm not going to be doing anything that would make me hungry. I'm not, no pickleball, no nothing.
Well, you
I'm
see
just,
that high table you have over there?
yes,
Get a smaller chair,
yes,
put your head right on put a towel or something down and
yes.
put into your head right on the towel and put your iPad down there. I would just be sitting at that table the whole time. And then you gotta, get up and look down and make sure you're looking down when you're making your protein shake, and then you can go back and sit there again. But yeah, make sure you have like a little somewhere where you
Yeah,
have a little
yeah,
resting area for your
yeah.
forehead.
Well, believe me, I have my couch is a pull-out couch. It'll probably get pulled out, and I will probably, rest on that, and then hell, I'll spend the week in bed. I am happy. I am one of those few people. I'm happy to spend a week in bed. It's like, Bill, you got to stay in bed. Oh, damn! Really? That's awesome.
Now, my problem is television.
Yeah,
Especially now that I'm older, I'll watch TV. There's days I'll watch TV all freaking day.
that's not good. Get up
But
and do
sometimes
something.
it's just, I will say this though. Sometimes it's just noise,
Yeah,
because I might be looking at my phone or I might be,
yeah.
looking or doing other things. But yeah, the TV is on probably from the time we wake up till the time we go to bed.
Wow. I don't have the TV on during the day, hardly at all. I mean, last week when the stock market crashed, I wanted to hear a little bit about what was going on, so I put on again CNBC during the day, but that was rare. But at night, every night, yeah, I'm going to have some sports on usually, whether it's baseball or hockey or basketball, now that we're into playoffs or whatever. So yeah, and then I actually started watching. Um, HBO had this series, and it's available now on demand on YouTube TV. It's one of the True Detective series, and there's been like 3 or 4 seasons of that. And I'm watching the new series of that called Night Country, with what's her name? I forget. Oh, I forgot her name. But anyway, good scary kind of mystery horror detective story. So I'm watching that. I'm halfway into that. So there you go.
And I'm watching, and I
Who is
don't.
the actress from Silence of the Lambs?
Oh, I forget. I know
I know,
Jodie
me too.
Foster.
Huh?
Jodie Foster, right?
Jodie Foster. Jodie Foster is now considerably older, but she's still kind of cool, still kind of badass, still kind of cool. So she's this sheriff in this tiny little Alaska town where it's dark all the time, and there's a murder mystery. So anyway, I'm watching
Well,
that.
I forget what the name of the sitcom was that really kind of discovered her, but she's been on Broadway for a long time. Um, I forget what it was called. It was like a guy needed a kidney, but it was comedy. Guy
It's
needed
a
a
comedy
kidney.
about needing a kidney,
No, but listen to it. Listen to the premise. Guy needs kidney.
right?
Meets girl from back in the high school days.
Right?
It was basically drunk half the time, crazy, wild, not settled down, just a floozy. Okay, that's about maybe the best words. But then the floozy ends up
Yes.
giving the kidney to the man, and then she's not down on her luck, because she's a floozy and she's not really working, and so he lets her move in. But it's kind of like Who's the Boss. The whole premise is kind of like that same way. But she donates her kidney to him, and the first half of the season was he needed it, and she moved in and she was going to be the donor, and then she was the donor. I think there was only 2 seasons of it.
Okay.
Well, the girl is in this new show that's just crazy, and you've
Okay.
probably seen it advertised. The smiley face murder, or the happy face murder, which is based on a true story.
Okay. Don't.
We,
Is it?
and we've been watching that, and it's a little too intense for me.
Ah. Okay. There you go. And is this on on pay per view
It's
or cable or
Yeah,
what's
it's
it on?
on uh, Paramount.
Paramount. Okay.
Happy Face Killer, I think it's called.
Wow. Boy, look at us.
But her
Catching up
father
on
is the
TV
killer.
here.
It's
What's
all
that?
about her. It's all about her father is this, mass murderer or whatever, serial
Great.
murder, serial
Great.
killer.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hang on.
Happy Face
I'll
Killer.
give it a
That's what
quick
it's
Google
called.
and then we'll both know.
Yeah. But the girl that's in that, I adore. So I started watching it because I adore her. And now the wife and I are into it, but it's got lots of twists and turns, and it's just a bizarre show.
Oh, it is called Happy Face. You're right. It is called Happy Face. Yep.
The blonde
Starring
girl that's the star.
Anna Lee Ashford.
Yeah, she is great.
Okay. All right.
And
Anna Lee
she,
Ashford, Dennis Quaid, James Walk. Okay, cool.
and I loved her in the comedy, but she's doing a great job in this picture too,
Cool.
or this series,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's not funny.
It's not. Well, okay then. I hear you.
I'm not a person that likes creepy movies. It's not a movie either. It's a series.
Series, yeah.
A creepy series.
That's kind of the one I'm watching with Jodie Foster as well. Kind of. And so, but yeah, this one was already out. It's already been out. So don't tell me how it ends. If you know how it ends, don't tell me. I don't want to know. But so I'm watching it. That's all I'm saying. All right.
Well, Bill.
Yes.
I'm going to lift my glass to you. Best
Thank
of
you.
luck.
Thank you.
Just think it could be worse. You could be getting a part.
A part?
Yeah.
What do you mean part?
Like a heart, kidney,
Oh,
lung.
a part, a piece, a replacement part.
Yeah. Yeah, they could be putting a whole new eye in,
Yeah. Yeah.
Although retinas are known to be, if they have to really. No, not your eye. Yeah, your iris or your retina. No, I don't know.
Well, I already got new lenses. I already got so yeah.
Okay.
So those are new.
Well, just
Those are
good
new.
luck to you. And I know
yeah.
you'll do well. I'm going to give you the
thank
same speech everybody always gives me. I know you're going to do good.
There you
You're
go.
going to come out on the other end. You're going to go,
Thank you.
damn, that was nothing to that.
There you go. Maybe next week I'll do the podcast with my face down. You want?
Well, if you get it today, you may be able to look up next Monday.
I might. Well, I don't think I'll have the surgery again as we record this. It's on a Monday. I don't think I'll have the surgery today. I have the consult today.
Yeah,
but if they said it's fast, it might be tomorrow. So we'll see.
Yeah, I would say, usually they turn those fast.
Yeah.
I remember, like I said, it was like on a Thursday or Wednesday or something, and I wanted to go to the race, and it's like, no,
not happening.
So whatever you want to do this weekend, forget about it.
Thanks. Great. Yeah. It's all right. No, it's all right. It's all good. I'll let everybody know how it goes next week, of course. And until then, have a great week. And it's just up to BJ Udom to say,
see ya.
Flip the dial, take a ride back in time when the airways were golden and the DJs shine. 2 mics, 2 guys, and a whole lot of laughs. Living like legends, bringing stories back. No script, no rules, just telling it all. From theme park tales to a pickleball call. If you love a good yarn and a joke or two, BJ and Bill got the show